My posse, my crazies, the experiment paid off. I always tell you to experiment. And even if it's a flop, even if it's a failure, it can end up being great content and it gets you closer to having a big win. If you don't experiment and if you're not willing for something to be a total doozy, then why would you ever end up with a winner? And that was me taking the money bed, the show on the road. I didn't want to have a traditional podcast studio. It's newscaster Tiff. It's boring. Everyone's doing it, not into it. So we have the money bed set, but I travel a lot and I stay at a lot of incredible hotels. And I know y'all are nosy and you like seeing the hotel rooms because I do too. And so I was like, let's take this money bed show on the road and interview really cool people. You can eavesdrop on the conversations. We'll be chilling, having maybe cocktails, having some food in a robe on a bed all over the world. Why not? And this was a major success. And my first guest with the money bed on the road is Chef Ash DelRosario. She is a celebrity chef. She's been featured on TV quite a few times. Incredible person with an incredible story, but one that is undeniable evidence that you can reclaim your life at any time. You can turn any passion of yours into a wildly profitable business that you love. And how it came about, how she started connecting the dots to figure out what her next move was, what her thing could be. And she spells it all out for you in this great episode. In this episode, you are going to hear the power of using social media to get ideal clients, to get press, to get incredible opportunities without having thousands and thousands of followers or being some supermodel influencer online. Like, we're spilling the tea for you on this episode today. And I want to make sure that you have something to get started immediately, where you're getting opportunities, where you're getting clients, where the people are coming to you. You're not having to go to them. You're no longer wondering, where's my next gig? Where's my next sale? And learn how to do that. I am gifting you my content creation made easy course bundle. So you're getting my content planner. You're getting a full video training from me on how to do this. You're getting my fill in the blank post template. So what to put inside of your captions. And you get that by joining my ProjectME Posse business coaching membership for free. So this is worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And that's the month to month option. Now, if you go for the annual membership option, which I would if I were, you get 2 months for free and you get my Nail Your Niche Masterclass plus my Instagram optimizer training, exactly what to put in the bio of your Instagram to get thousands and thousands of more qualified eyes on your account. And people paid over $500 to take this masterclass when I did it live. And you get this completely for free in addition to my content creation made easy course bundle when you select the annual option. So all that information is right on the sign up page, projectmewithttiffany.com/Project Me Posse. You can swipe up. It's in the show notes. It's also in the description here on YouTube. Get in here. Let's get those dollars rolling. We're going to have a rich bish summer. Okay. So, come join us in bed. If you're tired of hearing the same old basic mindset and motivational fluff talk, you've come to the right show. Welcome to Project Me with Tiffany Carter, the podcast, where we dish on everything from managing that crazy brain of yours to manifesting abundance to my straightforward, actionable steps that will make you major money online. Now, I'm not your typical multimillionaire entrepreneur. It takes a small village to keep my anxiety and depression in check. I'm inherently disorganized with an intense obsession with office supplies. Your girl here is a digital marketing content expert who's generated over $200 million in sales. I promise by tuning in twice a week, you will get a much needed refreshing dose of truth, clarity, and cash making advice. Now let's get to it. What up, my people, my posse, my fellow crazies? The money bed is on the road, and I have brought on my first guest. I couldn't think of anyone better to be on the traveling money bed.
The traveling money bed. I was so intrigued. Of course, I am saying yes immediately to this. Like a hotel bed in a robe. This is my vibe.
Right, 5-star hotel. This bitch brought charcuterie. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see some of it as she does. And you
We
know,
gotta have the charcuterie.
why do we don't need to be like so uptight about things. It's like why can't we just chill, have conversations that people would love to like eavesdrop on and like have like relax and have
This
fun with
is
it.
it's the best. We can be ourselves. We can relax. I feel like you and I both are pretty relaxed human beings in the way we like to kind of lounge and like let's wear yoga pants every day. Like I love like being in my robe every day. This is legit. I'm in a robe every single day. So this just feels like the move.
Now that's a good point because I had on somebody, a couple people in a row that they're all about like they do the full face of makeup, the full
Glam.
outfit every day, and that makes them feel good, which that's great if that's what makes you feel good. But I think you're like me. You want to be comfy.
Oh man, I love being comfy. I mean, first off, I'm in work clothes, I'm cooking it's all the time, every day. I'm in an apron all the time and I have to be comfy in that, but there's always stuff on, stuff doing stuff, but yoga pants is just the everyday move for me and comfort is what it's about. I don't like to get dressed up and go all out. I don't know why. I've
When
always been
you
that
guys
way.
when you go out to dinner with your man,
Yeah.
do you get dressed up or is that still not a vibe for you?
You know what I do? I throw on a sundress and I'm literally naked. I don't like a bra. I don't like underwear.
Same.
Give me an outfit where I can literally throw something on. That's me.
Same. I literally same. And then I'm like, okay, well, maybe not everyone needs to see my nipples today, so maybe I'm gonna have to
I
fix
mean,
that.
possibly, yeah. There's maybe some situations where I need to put a bra on, but I mean, other than that, no. Yeah, braless, comfies, robe, pajamas. This is great.
So tell me, I don't remember this part of your story, and I'm sure I've asked you, as I'm gonna if anyone's annoyed by me eating,
Oh,
I don't care. I'm eating anyway.
charcuterie.
Thank
We
you for
can't
making
not.
this.
You're welcome.
Tell tell me how you became Chef Ash. Because this
Mhm.
wasn't always the case. It wasn't like you were 11 and you're like, I'm going to be a chef someday.
No, it wasn't like that for me. So, of course, my mom cooks. My grandmother cooked. She and I shared a passion for custards when I was younger. It was all about her custard with my grandma. I loved it so much. And she has passed away, but I've got some recipes of hers, which is amazing. And my dad, so my parents divorced when I was 3, but my stepdad has raised me, and he was in the restaurant industry forever. And I always remember the smell of grease and like going fishing with him. And he's always making pancakes and stuff like that. And I was always interested in food, but never really like super like taken with it when I was younger. So I've been all over in the industry, bartending, serving. I was a barista. That was one of my favorite jobs. Love
Same.
being a barista.
Wait,
Love
did
it.
you work at Starbucks?
No, not at Starbucks.
You work somewhere fancier.
A little because I grew up in Washington State around Seattle. So I moved to Seattle.
Oh, wait, did we have this conversation? Did you work at one of those like cute little drive-through?
It was a cute little place that actually served beer as well. So I was like a barista bartender and at the same time, and it was called Pioneer Coffee. It's no longer there anymore, but it was on Alki Beach and it was dope. It was
Wow.
like right on the beach. I was looking at the Space Needle every day. That was one of my favorite jobs. I think anything being like social and like serving people, like I love. So for me, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with that, like that passion that I had for like nurturing, taking care of people. Like, but I ended up being in the finance kind of world a little bit, real estate world a little bit before I quit. I was brainstorming, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, plotting my escape from this 9 to 5 job, and I finally did it. And I, threw in the towel and I went all in and just started doing charcuterie.
Wow. Wait, how in the hell did we go from finance, real estate, and then you're like, this is not for me.
Yeah, I did it for a few years. It was my ex-mother-in-law was in the industry. She was at First American Title for years, for like 16 years. And she's like, Ash, it's a great industry. You can make a lot of money and blah blah blah. And I was going through kind of a change with my other job, and I was like, I love learning something new. Why not? Let me just jump in and try it out for a little while. That little while turned into 3 years. And I don't know why it took me that long to really quit because I was like, this is not it. This is not it. I had a secret file. I was doing like other projects and like trying to brainstorm like ideas for my business name. One of my ideas was like spooning with Ash. That didn't work.
I
No.
mean, That could really be profitable, though. They do have paid cuddle puddles, I hear.
Oh, gee, I'm interested. Okay, that's cool. I love it.
For one a side gig. There you go.
Oh my
Spoon,
God.
spoon with Ash on OnlyFans right now.
So, but yeah, I started delivering charcuterie boards during COVID. I mean, people weren't going out; they wanted treats to their home,
Genius.
and so just started with that. I had no idea what I was really doing, but I love to create, and that was just like kind of like that artsy, creative, fun side for me. And it ended up working, and people were buying from me, and I was like, okay, cool. One time, a family asked me to cook for them, and I was like, okay, cook dinner for you and your okay, got it. Okay, cool, yeah. So yeah, I ended up cooking for someone and it snowballed. Somebody asked me to do a retreat. I had no idea what a retreat was, a women's retreat. And then that took off and I got a taste of that and I was like, this is amazing. I love serving incredible women. I love this. I need to learn more. And I started posting online on Instagram and it is still to this day everything for me for my business. Social media, man.
The power of it is undeniable. And that is one of many reasons, why I wanted to have you on is because we all need to hear concrete, undeniable evidence that this shiz really works. Not just from people who you're like, well, of course it does, because this person's so tech savvy or they're a model or whatever, like where like this is actual proof that it works. So let's go back to the 3 years where you were doing something you knew it wasn't your thing.
Yeah. I was like, it was bubbling inside of me like, Ashley, figure some shit out. Like, figure something out because you need to leave this. The people were nasty. The industry is just harsh. And so I was an escrow assistant. That's what I was.
That
doing
sounds
paperwork.
terrible.
I was doing paperwork, processing whatever I was doing. I don't know. I was winging it the whole time, still like learning as I was going. It was my first time in that world. And I knew within a few months that it was probably not my world and not meant for me. And that's why I was plotting my escape.
But you were willing to like experiment and try things.
Yes.
Because how else would you have gotten where you're at today if you didn't try things and you realize like this isn't your thing?
Oh my God. You try things, you learn things. Like that's how I've learned everything is I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna give it a go, see what happens. And I know that my hardworking personality is going to figure something else out. And so for me, like being there, I was broke. My husband at the time, we're divorced now, but my ex-husband, he was helping me pay my bills. Like it was just like I got to figure something else out. This is not it for me. And when I was doing the charcuterie, I was making some money on the side. I started doing that during when I still had this job, but I still didn't have like a financial plan. But I knew I needed to quit. And I knew even though I wasn't financially stable, I was like, I need to bet on myself. I need to get rid of this job and literally go all in on this thing that's making me happy and making me money on the side because I think I can expand on it. And I really, really believed in myself and I really just took the leap off that freaking mountain.
And so many people who are listening now are either in that spot where you were or have been in it. And that leap can feel like you are jumping off a cliff. It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. You feel like the world is kind of caving in and you're like, how can I do this? Am I going to be able to do this? Like, I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, that's the only reason
that's the only reason that it works. I'm fucking crazy. Like I don't have a financial plan and I'm going to do this and I'm going to quit my job. My husband's saying, Ashley, you sure do you want to wait? You should wait. And I literally couldn't stand another day. And I remember being with a girlfriend and like there, other X, Y, and Z had happened, but we were sitting having a glass of wine and I was like, I'm going to quit right now. I'm going to quit right now. I need to whatever I was doing, sending an email to the boss's boss and, explaining like what had just happened and why I was like never going back basically.
And I believe these things as like stressful as they are at any given moment, that happened to put you in enough discomfort to put you over the edge to say fuck it, to bet on yourself and to quit.
Oh yeah, those uncomfortable situations happen for a reason and they pushed me to do what I'm doing now. And you don't go through those hard times and those hard things and moments and the oh shit, I don't know if I'm gonna fail or not. Like you don't go through those for nothing. Like you grow as a person regardless, and you will make it, and you will get to where you're supposed to be regardless.
Were you then able to like scale the charcuterie side, or were you like, I've got to add other offers and revenue streams in order to really like make legit cash with this?
Yeah. So what was happening was I started getting busy. I started getting to the point where I would sell out what I wanted. I would set a goal, sell out, and then okay, what's next from here? All of a sudden I would have, my girlfriends were like, Ashley, you should join this women's group, this really supportive community in the Scottsdale area. Join one of their online, I don't even know what you call it. It was like an online podcast, online business kind of like call. And I was like, okay, sure. I posted what I was eating at the time and I tagged this group, Powerhouse Women, it was called. So I tagged them and they ended up sending me a DM, the person who started it. And so Lindsay Schwartz is like, hey, like, I have a retreat coming up. The chef fell out. Like, would you be interested in cooking for this retreat? And then stuff started to just roll and come to me. And it wasn't planned. Retreats were not planned. Me cooking for private families, it wasn't planned, but things were coming my way. Once I got rid of that job and I opened up myself, things started to come. And that's just what happens. And I tell everybody this all the time. It's like, once you make room and space, like shit that is meant for you is going to find you. And that's exactly what happened to me.
Otherwise, there's no space for it to come in. But what happens is, when we're in fear, is like, you want it to come in or before you'll let go of the other thing, whether it's relationships, friendships, money, work. It doesn't work like that. You've got to let go and have faith, and then it starts coming in. Did you hit a point early on where, my guess is yes, but I don't know, where there was like clearly like a roadblock, like where it's like, oh, okay, like this is going well, but oh no.
I mean, let's just be honest here. Who loves doing their taxes and loves doing paperwork, and who loves pricing out things when you're the first one to do this and you're trying to figure it out all on your own? It's not fun, people, but that's one of the things that just kind of comes along, and you've got to make it work and figure it out, because you're really in your zone of genius and doing this. So you can hire somebody to do these other things. But yeah, the back end work and all that shit's not for me.
Yeah. I hate it too. And I pay a lot of money to people to do it. I probably even overpay because I really want nothing to do with it.
And I'm still learning, and I'm still trying to finish some of these things that I need to do in the back end of things. So it's just an ongoing process, I think.
Interrupting this interview to remind you of something. We are basically halfway through the year, and you have a decision to make. You can either go all in on yourself and claim that exceptional life, that exceptional abundance, those exceptional options, that exceptional freedom that I know you want, and do the thing, or you can continue to settle for something that feels okay, something that's good enough. And on my watch, I don't want that for you. But the reason why this is called ProjectME is you're the most exceptional project of your life. You have to take action towards the things that you want. So you have two incredible options from me right now. One is to do my Make More, Work Less money and manifestation program. There is no reason not to do that. This is a no-brainer. Go get it. It's inside the show notes. It's in the description on YouTube, projectmewithtiffany.com/make more work less. The other option, which I would do both if I were you, is to get inside my Project Me Posse business coaching membership. This is where I teach you everything to go from zero to consistent $15,000 months plus in your business. We have people from at least 60 different industries that are in there. You get my content creation made easy course bundle for free when you join, and you pick the annual option. You get 2 months for free, plus my content creation made easy course bundle, plus my Nail Your Niche masterclass that people paid $500 to attend live, plus my Optimize Your Instagram Bio full quick training so that you can get thousands of more qualified eyes on your stuff. Go to projectmewithtiffany.com/Project Me Posse, and you can swipe up. That link is in the show notes and in the description on YouTube. Bottom line, you want the money, you want the exceptional life, you want the things, you've got to make moves that match that energy. Let's get back to the episode. So you would say in your case, the
Yeah.
things that you kind of got smacked with a little were
Yeah.
like the adulting
The
responsibilities of having a
yes. Yes,
business.
it's not just butterflies and rainbows and me putting together beautiful food and giving it to people and feeding people. It's a lot more than that.
What would you say is like a lesson early on
Mhm.
that you learned in terms of like, because when we start, we say yes to like most
Yes.
clients and opportunities because your ass
Yes.
needs money,
Hmm.
right? And like you want to stay yes, you're excited, you're building a
Yes.
business.
Hmm.
When did you start being more discerning, and what is like an early on example where you're like, oh hell no, I can't just accept any job?
Oh my gosh, that's so good. I honestly, it's taken me a while. The first couple of years is just getting going and serving people and saying yes and wanting to do these jobs, even if someone says, "Hey, I'm looking for this price point. Could you actually like cut it down to this? And would you still, you know?" And it's just, I would say yes, okay, and then I would adjust a menu or I would adjust this and I would take down the price point for these people to make it work for a private dinner or a
Mm.
bachelorette party or something like that. And now, I think about a year and a half ago, I started saying really, really hard no's. And it's taken me a couple of years to really make those hard no's. And I do not adjust my pricing now. And I know what I'm worth. And now I raise my prices. I
Hell
raise
yeah.
it.
No, I like this. This makes me
We
delighted.
absolutely, we know our worth. We don't adjust and we say no. And we know that abundance is going to come right around the corner and other gigs will come. And you know what? They do every single time. And if I say no to a client that has a list of 15 allergies and wants meal prep every week, I can say no because I have others that come around the corner out of the blue from one of my clients is just giving me referrals on referrals, and I couldn't be more thankful to the current clients that I have. And I just have these dream people come into my life. It's just like I can't even explain it. It's just so crazy how it happens and the timing of things when you say no to those people that aren't meant for you, and then the others just come your way when the timing, like everything will work out.
It's so scary because it's like, well, if I say no to this person
Mhm.
and then this person is really maybe well connected in the community, and then maybe they're going to
Mhm.
think that I'm not agreeable or
Yes.
flexible.
Yes.
But ultimately,
Yeah.
what price did you pay the times that you compromised your boundaries and said
Yes.
yes when you said no? What was the price you paid?
Honestly, your sanity a little bit. You think about it, it haunts you. I remember, doing certain things and I'm like, why did I do that for that person? Why did I return groceries at the end of a retreat when you had paid for these groceries? This is your responsibility now. Like that was your
I didn't
choice.
know you could return groceries. You mean
Exactly.
like closed
Closed
boxes of
boxes of
crackers?
stuff. Like I had someone say, "Can you return all this?" And it was because they didn't want to make the s'mores because she told me to buy s'more stuff and she wanted s'mores and they didn't end up doing it. And then she wanted me to waste my time at the end of the retreat to go return them. Yeah, I
Wow.
know. I know. I know. So now in my contract, that's another thing.
I
I
don't
changed a lot of shit in
I
my
don't, I
contract.
mean, well, we don't know what to put in
Yes.
agreements, and
Yes.
you don't, because you would never do this as a
Yeah.
person, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I would never even think of some of the things that I have to
Mhm.
put in agreements in
Yeah.
either of my businesses, because I would never, that wouldn't even cross my mind.
Never in a million years.
But
And
you only learn by dealing with, that's the blessing of having some crazy clients, is
yes.
they actually teach you how to help protect yourself from
Mhm.
having any more of them.
Yes. Yes. And so now it's like I'm firm on my retreat pricing. Now I'm very organized and I have all my event agreements and things like that. And I continue to add and restructure those as the years go on. As every 6 months I got to go over things and just make notes of certain things that have happened with these retreats because I never know. And things, I mean, they can be crazy sometimes.
Like, are you willing to share some crazy story? I mean, obviously leave out specifics. I could point to somebody in the industry, but you've got to give some tea.
I mean, the s'mores thing was crazy. And then I had someone say, "Well, we had some downtime during this middle of this day, and we didn't have you make lunch. So can we cut a deal and just take out these hours from your retreat pay because you weren't working?" And I said, "Excuse me, like I'm away from home. Like
Right.
I'm hours away. I'm staying with you guys. You are paying to have me out. You're paying to have me with you." So no, like
Good for
that's not how
you.
that works. So it's just I don't know. But the s'mores thing was crazy. Returning groceries, dude. I mean,
I didn't
not
know you could return. I mean, unless it was like a recall, I didn't know
as
you could return a
oh
grocery.
my gosh, yeah, it's wild. Like this person, yeah, I that's one that I'm never going to work with again. And then obviously there's a few others and other things that have happened. I had an offer from it was a nude retreat.
I would say absolutely yes. I would have to go.
I said no to that.
You did? You just told us that you love wearing no underwear, no bra.
See
Oh, like,
coochies?
oh, would you have to be naked as the chef?
No, but they're all it was a co-ed thing. I'm not doing it.
I don't know. I might have taken it. I might have taken it just because
Would you
how
want to cook and
fascinating.
just see a bunch of willies
I
and
mean,
see
it
a bunch
depends
of
on the willy.
see? That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
don't want to like
I would
walk into just a bunch of surprises like that.
Oh my God, I'm done. That's hysterical.
Yeah, I said no. There was also a yoni steaming retreat that I think I was just too expensive for. I
This
gave
had
up
to be in
price
LA.
and
Was
was
this in
like,
LA?
this was going to be here in Sedona.
Oh my. Oh yeah, or Sedona. So someone literally made a whole retreat around a
For
yoni
yoni
steaming.
steaming.
That's the
Yoni
egg
steaming.
that goes in your vagina,
Well, you sit
or
over
you
this
steam your
thing and
vagina.
then you steam, and there's like florals and a bunch of stuff that they put in the water that steams your yoni. And so the people sit over, it's like almost like you're squatting like over a toilet, but it's not a toilet, it's like a bucket with stuff in it, and then you steam it. I don't know.
I don't think I want my yoni steamed.
Do either.
I don't.
She's pretty well taken care of.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't
she
need
needs a
it.
steaming.
No,
I don't
no.
like even the sound of it. I don't like the cross contamination possibility.
What's going up in there? Some stuff happening. So I just
Like pass around like fucking charcuterie while your yoni's being
go,
steamed.
yeah. How is everything?
Oh my God.
Imagine.
This is so good. That's crazy.
I just cannot. Yeah.
Deal with stuff like the allergy thing because every
Yes.
industry has nuances that I know many of the listeners get nervous about. Like my fitness and health girlies get nervous about, like, what if someone gets injured in a workout routine they give them, or people who do mindset work, they get nervous if
Yeah.
someone is like mentally unwell, and you do have to have protections in place.
Yeah.
So what do you do to protect yourself? Because even if
Yeah.
you're being super cautious,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many moving parts. Someone could get a nut, you know,
Yeah,
like, I don't
yeah,
know.
exactly. No, I do have insurance. So
Okay.
there's certain insurance you can get being a private chef. So there's all kinds of information. I can, if you're out there and you need some insurance, and you're a private chef or wanting to be, like, I can shoot it your way. But yeah, I'm very, very cautious when it comes to allergies because I deal with a lot for my clients. And so now I'm kind of an expert in that. And I can accommodate a ton of allergies on these retreats, and everybody has been fine. I've never had anyone sick. And I've cooked for almost over 40 retreats now.
I mean, you don't get, I have a business insurance. It's called errors and omissions insurance that you have when you're in digital marketing or business. We don't get insurance because we make mistakes and we do these things. It's for a rare, random anomaly.
Absolutely. And it may not even be your fault, but what if the person's on that retreat? What if
what's cuckoo crazy?
Yeah, something. You never know. But yeah, insurance, and also just keeping up on my studies, keeping up on food handlers, stuff like that to refresh my brainasium up here.
Now, do you have like, did you have to go to like the Cordon Bleu or something?
I did.
In order to do this? Because that's why we can call you a chef, correct?
Yeah.
Is that right?
That is
or is this
being
controversial?
Called a chef is very controversial. Okay. It's kind of open now. If you cook and you serve people and that's what you do on a day-to-day basis, a lot of people, you are a chef. You're a cook, you're a chef. I will just say it is controversial, but I am a chef, yes.
And do you feel if someone is like really passionate about whatever it is, they love doing charcuteries, they love doing appetizer trays, they're like, this would be great. Like, I could even do this as like a side deal because I already love doing this. You've inspired me, Chef Ash. Does this person who's learned from their grandmother is just like amazing at doing what they do you feel that they need to go get professional training in order to do it?
I don't know, not at all. I know so many people that haven't gone to culinary school. They're absolutely incredible. For me, I just wanted to expand my knowledge on the basics of things. So Le Cordon Bleu is, classically, it's being trained in classical French. Not everybody needs that, like I loved learning my specific knife cuts and going and learning how to butcher a whole rabbit and things like that. You're not doing that on a day-to-day basis. And for the most part, like everything that I do now in my career where I am, I don't use half of the stuff that I learned at all. So it's kind of just learning what your clients need. My clients have definitely changed over the years and I accommodate them. And that is not classical French. So I'm kind of learning with what my clients need and I go with the flow and I study them on my own and I look online for things. I study my chefs mentors online that I love and look up to and that helps me a lot. But culinary school, you don't need it. You can learn as you go in the industry and with your day to day when you're cooking and experimenting on your own.
The food handling stuff, though, do you have to have like a license or anything like that? Like, or a certificate that you know how to do proper food handling?
I don't think so. I do that on my own. Like, but anybody can hire. You can hire someone's daughter down the road, some grandma down the road, if you wanted to go cook for your retreat, if you trust them for
Yeah.
your group.
Yeah.
It's just like such a private thing.
It'd be
It's
like a
just hiring a
friend,
friend.
right? Like you're having an event and a friend's cooking for you.
Exactly, exactly. Unless you're very specific, looking for a certain certified person in making sushi. Like maybe they have, been at a sushi restaurant 10 years and they're excellent and that's who you hire. But you don't need a certificate actually. You don't need that. It's just honestly being trained by someone really good or learning your craft and just getting super involved in what you're doing and just learning as you go and experimenting on your own. And then you make a name for yourself online. That's how a lot of people have found me is on my Instagram.
Well, let's talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
So many people have all these assumptions that are certainly not based on facts of I can't get clients or make money or have these great things happen to me on Instagram, on social media, unless I have like thousands and thousands and thousands of followers and I look this certain way and I'm this certain age and I make a fool of myself on there. And I want to hear your straight up talk about it.
I started over when I was literally 31 years old. I was going through divorce. I went, my first retreat was literally in Turks and Caicos. It was insane. And I was like, this is going to be my life. And I got divorced after that. And I wanted to go and travel and do this crazy career that was calling to me. And my husband wanted kids and I did not. And I changed that. And I started over. I always tell people it's never, I mean, not that 31's old or anything, but like, a lot of people are in established careers at that point and all this, but don't be afraid to quit something because you're being called to something else. Like you can always pivot and turn and change. And I was 31 and I started this and I'm currently 35 years old and it's been crazy. I have 2,200 followers on my Instagram. I don't have a crazy number of followers, but I have cooked for, I don't even know, 15 to 20 professional athletes in the last couple of years. I have cooked for celebrities. I have done crazy stuff. I have traveled all over the world and cooked for incredible women entrepreneurs that have just changed my life. And it is word of mouth and it is people finding me on Instagram. And I've had other crazy things happen. I was on Food Network and they found me on Instagram. And this is, this is a couple years ago now. So this is when I was really starting out, but I started posting and being consistent. And I think being consistent is a big key to anything in life. And me posting on Instagram has been everything.
What do you think? I mean, I know just from like being a strategist, I can see on your account some of the things that you do of why people can even find you. Your account is highly optimized, right? So that's smart. Meaning someone searching for a chef in a specific location, you have the keywords in there set up where you're going to pop up as an option for them.
Yes. I still use hashtags and all that. Scottsdale chef, blah, 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 or Sedona chef. I'll put that as well because I cook in Sedona a lot. But AZ based is always there. So people know where to find me. But then I also say world traveler because I travel all the time, travel all over the place. But yeah, Instagram is just, it's been crazy. And I really think the one thing that has helped me stand out is literally just to be me and to speak and to show my face and talk and be my crazy self. Post religiously on my stories for my current followers, for my people that really follow me. And for new people, it's the reels. So I've tried to make a lot more reels just showing my face behind the scenes, just the nitty gritty stuff, me cutting my fingers when I'm doing a retreat, me doing whatever, I'm dancing in a field behind whatever.
On a bed in a hotel room
I'm
being interviewed.
Hotel room, eating strawberries and goat cheese crackers. So yes, these are the things that people love to see, and it's just this is real life. Like I love to show real life stuff, and it just literally being relatable and just finding stuff like like we can get along. Like I'm down to earth person, and like I want you guys to see that.
Did you have any fear, like, or resistance in really showcasing yourself online, or do you have a personality where you're like, no, this is fun, I'm just doing this?
I think I've always been okay with doing stuff like this. I don't know why, but I think when I was super super young, I was very shy. I would hide behind my dad's pant leg and like I would never want to say hi to anyone, but then I kind of grew out of that and I started to just I don't know. I always loved having just all the friends in high school, all doing all the things, and I was in band and did track and all this stuff.
Wait,
And
what instrument did you play?
Oh, the clarinet, baby.
The clarinet, but I faked it.
No, you
I
didn't.
did. I could not, for the life of me, memorize the music. So, like, when you had to go, like, and there'd be like a parade or some shit, and I couldn't memorize the music because I had a really hard time with that. So I fake played.
No, you didn't.
Swear to God, and no one knew.
Dude, I loved the clarinet, and honestly, I was first chair for a long time. I was very good.
It's very close to these people. I was not first chair. It's only first chair when you're pretending to play.
Yeah, but okay, so going back to me, my personality shit. I don't know, man. I've just always like from high school-ish on, and then I didn't know what I wanted to do with my future. And my cousin was like, Ashley, you should model. And this is when obviously I was like 125 pounds. It was crazy.
Wow.
I modeled, I signed with this agency in Seattle. I did some runway stuff, which was crazy. And then from there, I think being in front of cameras and stuff like that kind of prepped me like a little bit, you know what I mean? And I would do some shoots and stuff like that, like for random things. And then I was like, this is toxic industry. I don't want any part of it. Left the modeling and went, and I was like, I love food, and, went to culinary school in Scottsdale. And so, but I don't know. I've always kind of been outgoing. I mean, ever since then, and I went out for singing competition, which is the crazy thing. That's a lot of people don't know, but yeah, I love to sing. And
so you like to perform,
yeah,
which is a form of giving, right? You like being of service. And so you're
love music.
Chefs perform, like that's a performance.
It's being an artist, I think.
Yeah,
and that's like definitely what I am.
You're a creator.
I'm a creator. Yeah. So just I loved that. Would do this singing competition. It was for X Factor. My mom came with me. One of my best friends. We were literally like 3 in the morning in downtown Seattle, waiting in the line outside in the cold, waiting. We were bundled up in blankets. I was eating a beef jerky stick thing and like waiting to like try out for X Factor. It was a memory.
And what happened? Anything happened?
I made it to the 4th round right before the TV.
Wow. So you actually got some chops.
Got a little bit, yeah.
Wow. I did not know this about you.
Oh man, I'll just send you a clip. I got some old YouTubes.
Wow, this is funny. I did not realize this.
It's a secret. Yeah, a lot of people don't know. Now I cook. So, but I just always, I think I loved the artist factor, the performing thing, the creative stuff. And then I don't know, Instagram just came natural, and I just started doing the videos and whatever. And then it just started to roll, and I've just gone with it.
For people who they obviously know social media is important for any type of business. Obviously, it builds trust. It puts you out there. It's fucking free, you guys. This is free to do this. Look at all the business that she's gotten for free on your phone.
Yes.
What would you say is like a good place for someone to start to go, you know what? I just need to rip off the Band-Aid and do this. But I'm afraid of what my family will think. I'm afraid about what people will think who I used to work with. I don't want to look stupid.
You could do something small. So I know a couple friends that have started out with posting what they're drinking in the morning. Like they'll post their lemon water or their coffee, and then they'll just say, hey, good morning. Hope everybody has a great day. And they'll just do a small little reel or small little video, and it's just being consistent. Again, consistency is key, people. So just maybe think of something that you can do every day or every other day, whatever you want to do, but something similar, that something is going to be, you're going to be remembered by, and people will like, oh, I want to go back and see what she's doing on this today. So it could be like showing your outfit for the day, going in your closet, doing your hair. People do their makeup and then they talk to people on a little reel or something like that. But just something simple, just to say hi, just for, it could be 15 seconds. But I think being consistent and just showing a little bit about you personally is a big, big thing.
What do you think it is about you? And I know we can say very little, but another thing that came to be came to her from her Instagram, which is going to be linked in the show notes, but tell the people what your Instagram
you
is.
Guys, my Instagram is at Chef Ash Delro. Find me now if you don't already follow me. I love y'all. Would love to see you and all your new faces. Another big thing that came my way is, yeah, I thought it was fake. I thought it was fake, and I just immediately was writing it off. But then I ended up getting an email from this company, and it is very much real, very, very real indeed. And it's a major project that I've worked on, and it's a major network. It's going to be crazy. I can't say much.
She may or may not end up being like famous, literally. May or may not.
I can't say much about it, and I can't wait to share with you guys, but definitely follow me on my Instagram, Chef Ash Delro, and I'll be posting little sneak peeks when I am available and capable to do so.
Yeah, I mean, that it's from putting yourself out there,
just from putting
and it's
myself
not
out there.
I mean, you can go look. It's not like she doesn't have, like she already said, she doesn't have tens of thousands of followers. It's not about that. And I don't know if you can share this maybe in general. People who have found you, whether it is TV networks or it's like celebrity clients, when they've discovered you on Instagram, I know you've shared a little bit with me. What is something that they've said of what drew them to you?
Wow, I love your Instagram. It's so colorful and it pops, and your personality shows just literally when they look at my Instagram page. So I think it's honestly like finding colors that align with you and really being consistent with just the layout of your Instagram with those bright colors or whatever color you identify with. And people will just kind of be hooked into looking at you more. But honestly, mine is just being me and making reels and just talking about what I'm doing and just posting my food. And I'm consistent with it. And so people will say, hey, I love your vibe. I love your food. Can you cook for me?
Yeah. Because it's more than just food. I've met them. There's a lot of chefs who have, chefs can be difficult personalities, right?
Yeah.
Like just like I think any creative, right? It's like the creative genius mind. And it's like, people, it's not just the food. Yes, you do great food.
I just feel like I'm not just a chef. You're not hiring just a chef. You want a certain person for your space. And that's what I try and show people is I'm not just a chef that's going to be cooking in the kitchen. I can interact with you. I can talk with you. We can hang out, but it's that shared energy and just goodness basically that you want to hire for your space for these events. And it's just, I bring something different to the table.
Yeah, she sure does. I know this personally. We were in the jungle together, people.
We were definitely in the deep, deep jungle.
Really? Like this is not an exaggeration.
Oh Lord.
Like
mosquitoes.
Everything was from the land.
The land. Oh man.
So in your specialty, it is saturated, right? Like I hear a lot of people that come to me, but there's so many people who do makeup. There's so many people who do somatic work. There's so many people who do breath work. There's so many chefs that you can hire. What have you done to make it clear and make yourself stand out? Because it's clearly working.
What makes me different? I mean, there's only one me. And you have to really know that about yourself. Literally, no one can duplicate what you are doing. I block out a lot of other chefs. Do you
follow a bunch of chefs or no?
I follow a handful, not a whole lot, but it's community over competition. I think that that's a big, big thing for me. And my personality is I think that there's abundance always flowing to me. and good things are, they're not going to pass me by. The ones that are meant for me, they're going to be there. And I think that my confidence and just my belief in myself, I'm not cocky. I feel good about what I do and what I provide, and I put that out there, and I don't show any kind of competitiveness like crazy, on my online. I want to show that I'm the right person for your space. And I think that it just really shows through my Instagram and what I feel like I want to post. Like it's just weird. Sometimes I'll post just my coffee or my dog, or I don't know. I'm just kind of all over with my stories and stuff, but I'm definitely different than the chefs that I know. I don't really know. It's just knowing me. Like there's nobody else that can replicate what I do.
And you have to know that, like you said about yourself, like you are the secret sauce. You're what
Mm-hmm.
makes it different. And I love that you only follow a handful of other chefs. I
Yeah.
only follow a handful of other people
Yeah.
who are in my genre. Otherwise, it can kind of mess with my head a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm like, oh, I don't need that. I don't really
And
need
there's
that.
enough to go around,
Yeah. That's
obviously.
what I'm saying. Like, there's enough to go around for sure. But yeah, honestly, there's kind of a smaller community of chefs here in the valley, and I'm friends with a couple of them, and we give each other business, and it's worked out great. Just having that abundant mindset, like, don't be in that scarcity mindset. Everybody talks about it, and it's so lame and cliche. I know, but it's so real. Like, just know that, like, when you're really being authentic to you and you're doing what you want to do, those people, the right people come along to you.
Yeah. In any area of your life.
Yeah,
But I
honestly.
would say, like, the mindset part, something I've learned in being an entrepreneur for 16 years now. And the old me would have never believed this.
Mm.
I would have been like, what is this bitch talking about?
Mm.
The mindset stuff
It's the mindset stuff.
is like 85% of it.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. It really is. I did want to also mention something else that just popped into my head about kind of taking the leap, jumping off,
Yeah.
trusting, believing in you. You're going on this entrepreneur journey, right? With whatever you're doing, going with your gut. You got to just truly, truly believe in yourself. And then all these things are changing. Like so many things are changing in your life, and it starts to go really, really fast. And then another dynamic, which has been crazy for me that I've been kind of learning, like with my time management, my family situation. So my sisters are now here. My mom just moved here to Scottsdale. Now I almost have to rewire my brain a little bit to manage my time and to say, okay, I need to schedule family time, or I need to, because being an entrepreneur, you're always working, or every day. So it's like, make sure that you have time to schedule out certain things for yourself for alone time, or just to have those boundaries even with your family. Having boundaries with your family is very, very important as you're on your entrepreneur journey. And just for me, I need to like learn, like, okay, I'm just gonna go turn my phone off and hang out with my mom or my sisters, and just do that for yourself, because that's very important. But time management with like your family and friends is kind of, it's always going to be a journey.
Yeah. And yourself, because if you don't take this time as an entrepreneur, the work's never done.
Mm-hmm.
You can always be doing something. You could always be making content. You could always be finding recipes. You
Yeah.
could always be doing
Yeah.
something, but you will burn out.
You will burn out. And it is so important to actually like not work so hard.
Don't you get some of your most creative ideas when you're not working?
I get creative ideas laying in bed with you right here.
I, of course. And that's why I plan, like, I pad trips that I go on where I have like free thinking time,
Yes.
just to like
Lay by the pool, not
lay
doing
by the
anything.
pool, go to like try a new restaurant or a cafe and just sit there. And I get my best ideas when I'm trying to figure out an idea or like a solution to a problem.
Mhm.
Then it's blank.
That's what I'm saying. Like, take time for you, eat the cookie in bed with your robe on, go and get a massage. Pardon the crunching. It's like, do those little things for you. Go eat whatever the heck you want by yourself. Like, I take myself on a lot of solo dates.
Me too. Love.
I absolutely love them. And it's just, you need that space for your brain, I swear. I don't know.
I agree. I think that's such great advice. And you guys do the damn thing. Like, was this not undeniable evidence for you? Like, what kind of bullshit could you possibly come up with? And that when you're watching this, whether you're on YouTube, what's up? Or whether you're listening to this, this is pure evidence for you. If you're not happy where you're at, give yourself permission to reinvent,
to start over, to really take the leap, because let me tell you what, it is goddamn worth it.
I think it's so worth it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade it. And if I get to another point in my life where it's just not giving to me anymore, I would reinvent again, wouldn't you?
Yeah. If it's not serving me, if it's not feeling good anymore, I'm going to cut it out and I'll figure it out.
Well, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being in bed with me.
Oh my God. Thank you for having me in bed.
And for my charcuterie.
Oh, of course. Anytime. This has been wonderful. Thanks for listening, everybody. And go find me at Chef Ash Delro on my Instagram. And hopefully I see your shining faces there.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.